Well, good morning and welcome to today's edition of Tennessee Valley This Morning. I'm Tracy Wright. I'm glad to have the opportunity to be with you today as your host, and I'm joined again by my handsome co-host.
Oh, say it again. Thank
Dr.
you.
Tommy Wright. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing fine. I am a little disappointed to learn that, you know, 2 times ago when we hosted, you weren't here and the ratings were really, really high.
That's what you said anyways.
And then we hosted this last time and you were back and it was down a little, so I'm hoping that the ratings will be back up.
I think you just made these numbers up.
Well, I lost the official ratings, but I did see them.
Okay.
But let's hope that people stay with us today, and we'll see.
Well, I bet they will, because you know we have an amazing group of guests lined up for today, don't we?
Wonderful group of ladies that will tell us all about Cleveland.
And when we announce, people are going to call all over the counties and just say, "Hey, you better turn your TV on. Get up and turn your TV on now. Don't wait."
Yeah, we've talked to them about the fame and fortune that they will gain from being on the show. So
I know.
We're hoping we can.
Their fans will just be aggressively.
They will.
Following them around town and stalking them. They're going to have to get bodyguards after today. They will.
But before we get to them,
okay.
What else is happening?
Well, we might. Okay, you want to hold it a secret?
Well, you want to just we'll tease them?
We'll wait until we get to the commercial near the commercial time.
We'll do that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you know, this is the last week in June. Where has summer gone? That's when, I mean, it seems like I blinked, school got out for the kids in the community, and here we are, y'all. It's June. Before we know it, they'll be going back to school.
It is. It's going to be, before you know it, summer will be gone. And so get out and enjoy the summer, folks.
Definitely. And you mentioned the 4th of July next week. It's the big celebration.
It is.
You know us, we always seem to come on the week before or the day of a holiday, but please, folks, be careful out there. I know a lot of folks that have fireworks shows that they'll do on their own in their homes. I would encourage you, because the community always has a marvelous show. I would just go and take advantage of that myself. That's what our family does. You could come up, I'll give autographs that day. That'll be fine. You can come up, I'll be approachable. But on a serious note, you might go over to the mall. Usually it's a great spot to watch, or at the Y, and see an amazing show and keep yourself safe, which is a key factor.
Yep, safety first around the water, particularly. I saw where there have been in Tennessee, this has been a bad year for youth that have been lost in swimming pools or around water. So it's warming up, and as we get around those swimming pools and around those lake areas, please be cautious. So
that's an important thing.
Now, some things going on in town, though.
What are some of those things?
Well, I was looking at the Chamber website, and I saw...
And that's a great resource. I mean, I hope everyone out there has that bookmark, but if you don't, you should bookmark the Chamber website. They have a wonderful community calendar for any organization or business that is a part of the Chamber.
That's right. It's one calendar you can look at, and you can kind of see from one glimpse what all's happening. You know, at the museum, there's an exhibit that's still there, the Vanishing Appalachia photographs and field recordings. I haven't been able to see that yet. Was in the museum but didn't get to go through, but I think that would be fairly interesting. I see they're also advertising for a horse camp that's at the Bachman Academy. I'm excited about horse camps. Our daughter was at a horse camp this week, and she thoroughly loved that. So please, if you have those interests, that's there. I've
heard they do a really great job out at Bachman with that particular camp.
Yeah.
I mean, with their programs, that camp seems to be one of the popular ones in the summer.
And then if you wanted to do yoga classes, there are yoga classes.
Are you throwing me a hint?
Not at all.
Are you trying to say I need to get more physically active? Have I picked up a few? What are you saying
I would not say that at all. I couldn't say that at all. But I think that, you know, if you wanted to do yoga.
Where could I do it?
Well, you can do yoga. And I am comfortable that they offer yoga at whatever this link says when it pops up, but it is offered.
Wonderful technology on the iPad.
Well, certainly you can always go to the Y, and another
yes,
wonderful resource out there. But this yoga class is taught by Lisa Green, and you can get on the Chamber website and reserve your space, certainly there. But it's at the Cleveland City Ballet and the old Woolen Mill in downtown Cleveland. So a lot of things that you really just don't know that's going on in Cleveland till you kind of get out and explore. So the
Chamber website is a wonderful resource, and we'll encourage you to utilize it.
Yeah.
Well, it's close to time for us to go to commercial break, but let's go ahead so folks can pick up the phone, call your family and friends, and tell them you want to tune in. You do not want to miss this.
That's certainly true. You know, we're going to talk to Miss Pat Fuller. Pat runs the Orange Blossom Boutique, and she is my incoming president of Rotary, Sunrise Rotary, Bradley Sunrise Rotary. So I'm anxious to hear what's happening with Sunrise Rotary and for her to share that and a big event.
I bet the Orange Blossom has some amazing clothing in for the summer and jewelry and shoes. So I'm excited about that part of the conversation too.
I know you would be.
For sure.
We also have.
We do. We have Miss Leslie Bennett, who is from Tennessee Christian Preparatory School, and we're so excited because she's got another wonderful opportunity for all of you who have kids. I know all of us as parents are looking for wonderful opportunities for our children during the summer to keep their minds active and their bodies active and all of those things which are critical. What Tennessee Christian has an amazing summer camp opportunity, but they also have an amazing academic program, and she's going to share all of that and give you the opportunity to ponder about all of those options and opportunities and how those might fit in for your particular child.
And then if you want to finish, we're going to finish up with a way that maybe you can pay for a table sponsorship with Rotary.
Yes,
with
our
a
new
summer
outfit
camp, our new
at
outfit at Orange Blossom,
or that camp.
We're going to finish up with Miss Cynthia Brooks from Cleveland State to talk about if you wanted to be an adjunct instructor at Cleveland State, what does that mean? What does it take?
How do you make that happen?
How do you make it happen? So we're going to finish up like that. So we're going to tell you about some ways you can give back to your community and then be involved in the community, and then we'll finish up with how you can pay for some of those things maybe.
Wonderful. So don't go away. Pick up the phone, call all your family and friends and say, hey, tune in to Channel 5 and see Tennessee Valley this morning. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Rid-A-Pest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days, will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Rid-A-Pest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Good morning and welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. And you see that we've been joined by the beautiful Miss Pat Fuller.
Love you, love you,
Love you too, girl. Pat is the owner of Orange Blossom Boutique here in our community, a wonderful place to do your shopping for yourself or for your special women in your life. But she also is the incoming president for the Bradley Sunrise Rotary. Did I get that part right?
You got it right.
You know, I'm not honored to be a part of that group. You know, they didn't invite me to join.
Well, that is an invitation, Tommy.
It's an open invitation, but our meetings, Sunrise, really conflicted with Tracy's
he's trying
life.
to make a point. Okay,
Sunrise.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
yes, I
if it was
struggle with that.
evening Rotary, we may be okay.
But I'm here for the show.
That's true.
But
One
that's
day a week.
weekly.
That's right.
weekly.
That's right. That's once a month.
But
Okay.
I digress. We better get on with the main purpose for Pat being
So
here.
I've been fortunate because I'm in the morning Sunrise Rotary, and Pat has been such a great leader within Sunrise Rotary. So what we wanted to do was to have Pat sort of tell us what she's looking forward to with this upcoming year with Rotary. And then we have one big special event that I'd like for her to talk about that helps us give back to the community. So this is just all things Rotary by Pat Fuller. So it's your floor, Pat. Tell us a little bit about what you're looking forward to being in the presidency at Rotary.
It's going to be an exciting year, Tommy. I think it's going to be a great year. Going to be a fun year. Rotary is the oldest service organization that exists. In Cleveland, we're really lucky because we have 2 Rotary clubs in Cleveland, and they're not in competition with each other. It's about convenience. For Sunrise, it's for us that can't be consistent at a noonday meeting, and then there's a noonday meeting that meets on Tuesday at 12 o'clock, and we meet on Thursday at 7 o'clock at the hospital at Sky Ridge in the meeting room there. But anyway, Rotary is a great club, great organization, and the theme coming up for this new Rotary year that begins in July is Peace Through Service. Our international president established that. And Rotary is all about service. And our gala coming up that you mentioned,
Right.
we do one major fundraiser every year. And this year will be our 3rd year to do a nice event, a gala. Last year we had Derek Dooley as our speaker, and the year before that we had Vince and Barbara Dooley, which was his parents. Last year was a real record year for us, so we have a lot to live up to this year. Last year we raised a little over $81,000.
That's amazing.
With minimum expenses there that we could put right back into our community. We built a habitat house, bought material for a habitat house last year from one of the storm people recovering from the storm. We bought trailer for a Salvation Army to deliver foods with. We went on thousands of dollars that we gave. So we are getting ready for a gala this year, and we're really excited. It's August 25th, and we're bringing in the girl that the family that the movie was written about, The Blind Side.
I know everybody's heard of that.
Everybody's heard of the movie The Blind Side. So anyway, Collins Toohey is the daughter of the family that the story was written about. And she was a cheerleader at Ole Miss, and she's going to share the story about the guy that they adopted that went to school at Ole Miss and went on to be pro. So she's going to share that story of their life together. Okay, so we're really looking forward, and we are looking for corporate sponsors. It will be a sellout. Okay.
Absolutely.
Maximum, I think, is 30. Limited number of tables, don't you?
Yes, we can have, it's either 30 or 32 tables, and we have 17 or 18 tables that's already been purchased.
Wow.
So if people want to know more about the tables, they can talk to anybody in Sunrise Rotary. You can, for easy, you can call me at the Orange Blossom Boutique. Any of us can help you with that, but it's a great way. It'll be a silent auction and a live auction. In addition to her speaking. So it'll be a fun gala night, semi-formal, a fun night for Cleveland.
No,
it's a place to be.
What time does it start?
Okay, I think it's 6 p.m., Tracy.
Okay.
I think it's 6 p.m. is when the silent auction. And then you have the opportunity to purchase a part of your package, your table, would also include meeting with Collins Toohey.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and photographs with her and reception, a private reception. And that will start, I think it's at 5:30. For the private reception.
There's lots of opportunities to give too. I mean, there's various levels of sponsorships at the tables. There are opportunities if one has anything at all for the silent auction. Last year, some things that were unique. We had guns that were auctioned off. We had hunting trips. We had
turkey hunts.
Yes, you name it. So
this year we have a really great. We have a deer hunt that Ross Tarver is donating, so that'll be a great auction item. So, a lot of people really admire Ross a lot. So that's just one auction item that we've got coming up for this fall. And
so anything, if anybody has anything that you think you would like to share with Sunrise Rotary, because again, we use these funds to give back to the community, and Pat mentioned some of the things that we have done, but we give that money right back to the community.
Yeah.
And that's an important thing. There's so many agencies and wonderful folks out there doing good work, and to have an organization such as the Bradley Sunrise Rotary that's doing this amazing fundraising, it sounds like y'all are skilled at it, and then turning around and aiding agencies that are doing good work within our community, that's a great partnership. And you know, that peace through service that you talked about being your international thing, you're demonstrating it.
Tell us a little bit more, Pat, real quick about what Rotary is. Some folks still, I don't think they understand what Rotary is. And then even how it can span age groups, because I know we're going to do some things with Tennessee Christian.
Yes, we are. We're starting an Interact Club there. Rotary is the best thing that ever happened to me. When I was first introduced to Rotary, first it's by invitation only to be to be a Rotarian, to be invited, and it's for local business owners, professional people. Not that it's not a great career, but stay-at-home mom. Okay, if you're not in a career position, it doesn't apply to those people, and I didn't say that nicely, but you know, okay, it is a business organization, okay, but Rotary is service, okay, and our fundraiser allows us to have the funds to channel some of those services that we will actually follow with the Rotary's theme, okay. Years ago, Rotary's motto was something like, "He who serves benefits most," or something like that. Now our ongoing theme is service above self, and this year's theme is peace through service. But anyway, it's the best thing personally ever happened to me. I got into Rotary from the invitation thinking of my business networking. And not that that doesn't happen, but that's not the reason I'm in Rotary now. It's because of attending the meetings. I know my community. Okay, last Thursday's meeting was just fantastic. We had our chief of police there and talking about the different situations in Cleveland and things that they're working on, and it was first-hand information. So I know Cleveland because of our programs and this thing. I'm involved. Okay, it's a way for me to get involved. In addition to my church maybe involvement, I'm involved in my community, and I know what Cleveland has to offer, and that's because of Rotary.
And for a while, one of the main focuses of Rotary was to stamp out polio.
Absolutely. We're in our 10th year.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. Thanks to Bill and Melissa Gates from the Gates Foundation, they have given us millions of dollars to match, and I say that because I don't remember the exact number.
Was it 300 million? I don't know either. But
it's a large 250 to 300. It's a large number that Rotary had to match. Okay, and we'll mess that up a little bit. I don't remember exact amount, but Rotary, we matched that internationally. They said they would give so much if we would raise that money. And that was matched by all the Rotarians donating just a small amount, okay, periodically. Didn't come out of our funds that we do for local, like our gala. That's for local. But yes, we only have a polio in about 2 continents right now.
And even in this area, I mean, John Germ, who is out of Chattanooga, I think chaired the...
He is on the foundation. He is on the international board. John Germ is an attorney in Chattanooga, is on the international board for that. Now our next phase, where they're really moving from now, is hopefully we're going to be able to stamping out polio fairly soon. However, you have to continue that vaccine for many years to make sure, okay, with that. But we're going towards clean water, okay, because that is a health issue that everybody deals with.
It's an essential need.
And our club,
basic need.
Yes.
Our club was able to do a little of that this year.
Yes, we did that this year in Honduras with Dr. Bill Johnson, and we've already applied for a grant for next year to do that. And it's not drilling a well, it's taking existing water sources and treating it, okay, that will service approximately 1,000 families for one treatment system. So we just completed one of those in, we're doing one of those in August, and then we're planning to do another one in February that we're running.
I'm intrigued about the one in Africa.
Yes.
That we're getting.
Yes.
You know, it's a couple of years out, but
That's
I'm intrigued.
right. In Togo.
Yes.
Yes, we're working on that. Okay, with that hospital.
Right.
So it's an international flair with a lot local. Okay, Rotary started in Chicago with a guy who by the name of Paul Harris, who really wanted fellowship, and then they started doing just that, and they said, we're just meeting with each other. We need to do something else. So the first service project that they did was they built latrines in Chicago. And that's where the first service project started in 1905, I think is the date.
That's
So-
something.
It's
So
amazing.
it continues today.
A rich history.
It is.
It is a rich history.
And Pat is so vital. I mean, she's certainly a regular attendee. Some of us aren't as religious about being at the meetings as we should be, but she has put a challenge to all of us. And unfortunately or unfortunately, I said I'll give it my best shot, but she wanted, during her presidency, some of us to commit to 100% attendance. So
It can be done.
it can be done.
It can be
and,
done.
there are makeup sessions and things like that. But
Yes. And we're going to do service projects this year and socials that can be used as a makeup meeting. You can go online and make up a Rotary meeting in 30 minutes within 2 weeks before or after the meeting. You can go to the noonday, all kinds of things.
Now, what about Interact? We've mentioned the different
Yes,
age groups.
Yes, okay. Interact is a high school club that Rotary sponsors within a high school, and we are going to start this next year in Tennessee Christian Preparatory. I know the Noonday Club has an Interact club in Cleveland High School. So we're going to start on a little smaller scale since we are a smaller club. So we're going to start with the smaller school of Tennessee Christian, and we're working to get that all started with this next school year, and we will be coordinating with them and doing some local service projects together.
That's exciting.
We'll be doing that with some of the students of the Interact at Tennessee Christian Preparatory.
That's the way to grow your own.
Yes.
So when they go off to college and come back to their communities as business leaders
That's
and
right.
employees, they can get connected with their Rotary.
Stephanie Austin in our club, who is with Sky Ridge Medical Center, as a student, as a teenager, she was in Interact Club in her high school.
So speaking of business owners, I want to make sure we give Pat a little bit of time to talk about her business
Yes.
and the Orange Blossom. So tell us about Orange Blossom. Folks that may not know it, we got 2 or 3 minutes, so tell us about it.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Well, that's okay.
All right, okay. I was just talking about Rotary. It's a great, I enjoy my business. Cleveland has supported it very well. We're located in the plaza right beside the post office, between Central Drug and Gemini Reds. It's a wonderful plaza. All the businesses in Stewart Park Plaza are all small businesses, all locally owned. It just says a lot about small town America, in my opinion. And there's never been an empty vacancy since over 37 years in that shop, in that
Really?
plaza.
I did not know
Unless
that.
it was a transition to someone, okay? So we just celebrating this year, our 6th year. And we've got clothes, shoes, jewelry, and handbags. So it's the only place in Cleveland that's a one-stop girl shop, head to toe. So come
Wonderful.
by. Okay, more importantly, get involved in your community. Okay, when you need us for a special occasion or everyday wear, come see us. We appreciate it.
And with you do some boutique party nights on
Yeah, we
occasion
do.
too, don't
Yes,
you?
we
You
do.
offer that.
We've done some auction items. Okay, so if anybody needs an auction item out there, we like to give back to the community. Yes, we had a private party last week, and we've got another one scheduled next week. Okay, that we do a lot of those things to give back into the community.
It's a very nice experience, and it's a different element to the whole shopping experience to be able to come in for the private shop.
Okay, and there's a benefit to shopping in a small boutique as compared to a large department store. There is a true benefit to that. We're going to tell you if we think it doesn't look good, because we're not out there, we're not on commission, and we're going to say, we can do better, okay, or something will look better. We don't want you to come in and buy clothes or shoes and they'll stay in your closet, because nobody's going to give you a compliment and they're not going to know
where it came from.
That's right. We want you to wear it and come back for more.
Very
Well,
good.
good, but we are down to towards the end, right?
And we are, but I think we need to talk one more time about the gala.
Yes.
And make sure our viewers out there can jot down the details if
Yes.
you want to know. So
Okay.
the date and time and location, all those pertinents.
It will be on Saturday night, August the 25th. The location will be the Museum Center at 5 Point. It is a semi-formal event. Contact anybody with Bradley Sunrise Rotary. You can go to our website, which is sunriserotary.com, or you can go to Sunrise Rotary, I'm sorry, that was Bradley Sunrise Rotary, or you can go to our gala website, which is sunrisegala.com. Or call me at the Orange Blossom if you would like to know more about seating or tickets or information or table opportunities. We can email that to you.
So thank you, Pat. We
Pat,
really
thanks.
appreciate you getting
Thank
up
you
bright
for
and
the
early to
invitation.
come and be with us.
And Tommy and Tracy, it's great to have both of you in Cleveland.
Thank
I know
you.
you're bringing a lot to Cleveland State Community College, and you've done a lot, Tracy, with bringing our community in Cleveland State as a strong thing, and we appreciate you.
Thank
okay?
Thanks a bunch, Pat.
Okay, thank
We'll
you
have
so
you
much.
again soon.
All right.
Take care.
We'll be back in a moment.
Bradley County is home to a community of resilient, compassionate families who want the best for each other. The tragedies of the April 27, 2011 tornadoes brought our community together to bring aid to the hurting and helpless. It is time to come together once more. The Bradley County school system is underfunded, and our future leaders are receiving their education in substandard learning environments. On August 2nd, you will have an opportunity to further impact our great community by voting for the wheel tax. A vote for the wheel tax will not only rebuild Blue Springs Elementary School, but it will provide a new facility that is engineered to meet the demands that technology places on the infrastructure. The overcrowded Walker Valley High School students and teachers will have much needed space and be able to use academic rooms for their intended purposes. The students and teachers of Lake Forest Middle School will no longer endure the hazardous conditions caused by the elements of nature and deteriorating classroom buildings. British philosopher Herbert Spencer stated, "The great aim of education is not knowledge, but action." Would you take action in the name of education and vote yes for the wheel tax? A vote for the wheel tax is a vote for the children and the future of Bradley County.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Good morning and welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning. We are joined now by Miss Leslie Bennett from Tennessee Christian Preparatory School, who serves as their athletic director.
Thank you so much for having me.
Woman after my own heart, athlete.
I know.
Now we can talk.
Yes.
Don't dominate the conversation though. Let her
I'll
get
try
some words in.
to let her get something in.
But Leslie, we thank you so much for getting up bright and early to be here with us. Can you tell us a little bit about some of these wonderful things you have going on out at Tennessee Christian Preparatory this summer?
Sure.
We'll start there.
Okay, for the summer. In fact, this is not early for me. We're up very bright and early in the summer because we're there before work starts so that parents can drop their students off at 7:30 in the morning for day camp. We have 7 weeks of day camp. This morning started week 4 for us of 7. And the day camp goes all the way till 5:30 in the evening. We have all kinds of activities, and kids just stay crazy all day long.
That's, as a parent, I say thank you and I tip my hat because we're all in the summer trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to do with them? What are we going to do with them? So thank you for putting together just an amazing camp experience for kids in our community.
So what does a day look like?
Well, it can be customized for the camper and for the family. So a family can drop their student off and just for the morning hours, just for 5 hours, 7:30 to 12:30, or in the afternoon, 12:30 to 5:30. So they can do a half-day program, they can do a daily drop-in program, or they can do all day, all summer for 7 weeks. And so we have a variety of those things. And then the activities are also varied. A camper, before they arrive for camp, gets to pick an activity. We call it track times, but it's 6 track times a day. So nothing that we do during the day lasts longer than 45 minutes. So we have everything from painting to cooking, science, football, soccer, volleyball, you name it. We have it as an activity for them to do, but we also have a worship time as well in the middle of the day so that the campers can hear and know all about what God has for them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So it's clear that you all are experts in terms of youth learning and how they learn best and how to keep them engaged and occupied, because that 45-minute modular is going to do that.
That's right. We don't have any boredom at camp. We wear them out. In fact, the only complaint we have from parents is that they don't like to go home at 5:30. Most of our kids complain
they want to stay.
At 5:15. You got here too early. You're supposed to leave me. You got here early. You're supposed to leave me here till 5:30.
Oh, what a great testimony. That's what
fun.
you want. That's what you want.
That's right.
We certainly love Tennessee Christian, and we both had the opportunity to tour Tennessee Christian as a part of Leadership Cleveland. I went through a couple of years ago, and Tracy toured Tennessee Christian last year. As a result of that, we've decided that Janae, our youngest daughter, will go through and begin at Tennessee Christian this fall. So are you able to share with us a little bit about Tennessee Christian in a broader spectrum?
I can. I'll be starting my 6th year at Tennessee Christian, and I absolutely love it there. I think I was just saying to someone earlier, one of our greatest assets is our students. I'm excited to have your daughter there as a 6th grader next year. What is great about our school at Tennessee Christian is our academic program. Our teachers are very dedicated to making sure that the individual student gets exactly what that individual student needs to be successful as an adult. And we're in the process, I'm sure that you heard this through your tour and everything else, because we boast it and proclaim that we are in the process of that SACS accreditation, and we were highly recommended from that group, and so we are just, we're still having a party about it, I think.
That's quite an accomplishment.
And I'm the athletic director, and I'm so excited about the fact that we started a football program last year, and that went so well. We had a winning season that we'll have a high school football program this year, and so a middle school and high school football, and we started baseball last year, and so just to see everything so big and growing so fast and everything so positive has been very exciting. I love my job, and I love being at Tennessee Christian. I love to see what it offers those students.
So how many students are at Tennessee Christian?
I can't tell you what we're looking at going into the next year. I know that enrollment is higher than it ever has been, which is also very exciting. I think our enrollment as of last year, we start at age 2. We have a preschool program that starts at age 2, and then we have a K-5 program. Our elementary building is kindergarten through 5th grade, and then we have an upper school program, which is 6th grade through 12th grade. Right. And so those numbers, I'm not the expert on the numbers, but I think we're around 200, between maybe around 200. I'm sure the administrators at Tennessee Christian are probably shaking their head right now saying, where are her numbers
We'll give you a free
from?
pass. We'll give you a free pass.
You have high praise from principal.
Thank you.
Yes. So I think he's saying, go, Leslie, go.
So what are, we met with Dr. Balzano a couple of different times, and he's such a tremendous leader, it seems like, and he's got such a passion.
He does.
Much like the smile on your face. I mean, he is just, he sells that program, and I think that you all probably enjoy working with him.
We do very much. He's a great leader. In fact, he also he is going into his 6th year as well, and so when I began working at Tennessee Christian, he also began working at Tennessee Christian, and just the gradual change, and I say gradual, really if you were to look at it over the 5 years, the change that we have seen, the progress that we have made, really isn't just a name change. It has been an actual, from the very center of it, what is most important to the students we have at our school, and what do we need to do to get them there. And the changes that have been made have been so calculated and so well led by Dr. Balzano. He is a great leader, and it's nice working for someone who has such a strong vision.
Well, one of the things with private schools are it's very important for them to really have that mission of fundraising and friend raising. So I'm sure that we would want to make sure at some point in time during your segment here to tell folks if they have a business or an interest of which they could make any type of relationship with Tennessee Christian, that you all would certainly want to have that.
Of course, and when you say fundraising, we do actual fundraising, the ways that we fundraise, we have a really great fall festival, which is a great community event that anybody can come to. We have a golf tournament that anybody can play in. And
I played in that this year and loved it.
Good, very good. And we have a presidential banquet every spring. And so all of those are really community events that the community can come and see our program and see who we are and really enjoy having a nice time with us rather than nickeling and diming people.
So I'm sure there are lots of opportunities for community businesses to sponsor some different activities. And I know that I saw where one of the classes were able to go to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I went on that trip. In fact,
did you have
it wasn't just a class. We took I was a chaperone to Washington, D.C. At the end of May, we took 25 students. We took a charter bus and we spent some days. We took a whirlwind tour of Washington, D.C. We hit all the highlights. We walked our feet off, but it was a wonderful trip.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Do you know, I'll throw you on the spot, do you know if that trip's planned next year or if there are other trips that
It is. In fact, we were in a calendar meeting just last week, and we were planning that trip. Now, I don't know that it will be Washington, D.C. I think we're thinking, it was so successful, we're thinking of a grander scale for next year.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So to be announced, it sounds like.
To be announced, that's right.
A little suspense in there.
Yes.
So your camps, you're in 4th week of camps.
Yes.
And how long do those go this summer? Through July or?
This is week 4 of 7. So I think our last week will be the 3rd week of July.
Okay.
I think we end on the 21st of July. We also do enrichment camps. And so if you're looking for something specific for your camper, we have basketball camps, we have some digital media camps, a creative writing camp, a football camp is going on this week. And so we have things like that are just 3-hour camps as well.
Those seem really interesting to me. You know,
Yes.
if I was a kid that was into media
Right.
and electronics and wanted to hone in those skills, what a wonderful opportunity.
Yes,
Sounds like they're going to do some really neat things.
they will.
Now, have you, what are some of the products that you've seen so far from the first couple of weeks of camp that have taken place from the kids?
I see campers who are really enjoying their summer. I see parents who are thrilled to know that their campers are safe and happy. Because I think for the working parent, they seem to feel guilty that their their child doesn't get to have a fun summer, or that they don't get to take these outlandish vacations. Well, this is vacation at home for a camper. Our campers can't wait to get up in the morning and don't want to leave in the afternoon because of the fun that they're having. And our camp is affordable. It's only $100, $105 for a whole week for 10 hours a day of camp. And so that's affordable for a family. And so campers are having a blast, and parents are thrilled to know that they're safe and happy.
Now, for families that might have more than one kid, any type of discount
We
for
don't
the
do a
siblings?
discount at this point in time, no.
But it's still reasonable enough that if you had a couple of kids, you could still afford that when you look at other forms of care that you could offer.
Right.
It's a wonderful opportunity. What about, and I just went blank on what I was going to ask about the camp.
Let me ask you while you're thinking
go
about
ahead.
that. Now, if a student wants to, or a family wants to consider Tennessee Christian for enrollment, are there any special things they need to be thinking about or planning to do?
We have an administrative admissions process. And so the first thing that a parent would want to do if they're interested in coming to the school would be just to call the school, because we love to tour parents. We love our 2 principals. I think that's their favorite part of the day, is to meet new parents and meet new families and explain who we are. I think one of the things that keeps us where we are as a school is that not very many people who know who we are or what we're doing in our community. And so anybody that wants to ask questions, we love answering questions about our school, giving tours. And so then that tour process leads into a testing process. Those students would be tested, and they have to pass that academic test to see if they're eligible to even attend the school. We do references with a pastor, and so there is that admissions process. And so it can't be just a decision that's made on the fly. It would need to be a thought-out process.
And I think I noticed that on the website over the last 2 or 3 years, certainly, that 100% of the students that graduated from Tennessee Christian's 12th grade, graduation, went on to attend college. Did I see that?
Yes, that's right. All of our students go to college and are very successful in college. We're very proud of that fact.
I'm glad to hear that.
There are not many schools that can boast that percentage,
Right.
so that's quite a feat.
Well, and something that makes it so great for us is that individual learning, that we are able, our teachers are so purposeful in the intention to stay individual with a student. If that student, what that student needs, and meet that need.
Now, as y'all were talking about the admissions process for a student that has an interest in attending during the academic year, that reminded me of what my original question earlier was going to be. What about camp? Do you have to be a Tennessee Christian student in order to attend?
That's a great question. No, in fact, the majority of our campers are not students at Tennessee Christian. It is a community camp hosted by Tennessee Christian Preparatory School, and so we welcome anybody from the community or anywhere, even if your cousin's from out of town. We'll take any campers.
That's wonderful. So for those of you out there watching, we just want to be clear about that. Your student may not attend Tennessee Christian throughout the academic year, but this is an amazing opportunity and experience. You know, when as a mom, when my child says, "Mom, you know, why are you already here?" instead of "Mom, you're running late," that's a good thing, and it makes me so excited. And to hear that that's what your kids are saying that are attending the camp is just, you know, makes me excited as a parent about that experience and opportunity. And I know as a working parent, we're all looking for wonderful opportunities for our kids.
So what are the best ways for folks to get in touch with you if they're interested in that camp?
Email. Our school website is our school initials, so www.tcpsk12.org. And so that website will take you to an online registration. My email address is my first initial and last name. Our school phone number is on that website, and so that website is really a great place to do that, because I can tell you my phone number and my email address, but you might not remember that. But you might remember tcpsk12.org and all of the information you might need for camp, for school enrollment, and for anything else that you might be interested in would be on that website.
Well, Leslie, thank you so much for coming on and sharing all of this information about the great things happening at Tennessee Christian Preparatory School. And as Tommy said, we'll have to have you or someone else come back in the fall to talk about the fall festival when it's time for that. So make sure, obviously we'll have the date. So we'll look forward to hearing more. And thank you again for being here. And we're just going to encourage everyone not to turn that down. Particularly those of you out there thinking, boy, I could use a few extra dollars, or looking for a second career maybe opportunity. You don't want to miss Miss Cynthia Brooks coming up next from Cleveland State Community College, who's going to walk you through the process for becoming an adjunct professor. So stay tuned for more.
Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Rid-A-Pest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days, will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Rid-A-Pest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
welcome back to Tennessee Valley this morning. And you'll notice here on the set, we've been joined by the lovely Miss Cynthia Brooks from Cleveland State Community College.
Well, thank
Always
you.
lovely. Dresses to the nine.
Oh, listen to
She
that.
must
Thank
shop
you.
at Pat Fuller's Orange Blossom
Pat and I
Boutique.
go way back.
So
Very nice, very nice. Well, we're just glad you were able to get up and come, because typically you
I'm
have
the
a
evening
different
person
schedule
here, yes.
on campus.
Yes.
So thank you for giving up the morning hours to be here.
No problem.
And I understand Cleveland State is in that process of looking for a few good instructors.
We are always looking for good instructors here, and that's what makes Cleveland State such a great place to come, is you have so many people that are committed to education here. We have a lot of people in the community that do a very good job as adjunct each semester.
what does adjunct mean?
Part-time.
Okay.
The way I would look at it is more like it's a term contract, and it is a semester by semester appointment, and they come in, and if we are looking for someone to fill a class, generally they're either early morning classes or evening classes.
Right.
And that's just how the schedule kind of breaks out.
So how do you qualify for that type of position?
Well, there are a lot of classes that an individual can teach if they are looking, say, in the vocational realm, like maybe heating and air. The green building construction trades are really big. If they have a lot of certifications in the area, say if they're certified with the heating and air, they can come and they can teach in the technical side, and often we do have classes like that. Or they can also teach some of the computer classes if it's networking or some things like that on the technology side. But if you're trying to teach in the academic side, especially English or something like that, you would need a master's degree and 18 graduate hours in the discipline. So if I wanted to teach speech, they would, on my transcript, it would have to be graduate speech hours.
Okay.
And I think that's an important distinction for people to understand, because I know in our community, as in many, we're very blessed to have lots of educators out there.
We are.
And
Yes.
many of them have went on to continue their educational
Yes.
experiences and obtain masters or maybe even a specialist degree or doctorate degree, but many times those are in some aspect of education. So if I have a curriculum and instruction master's degree and I wanted to teach mathematics, for example, unless I have 18, I just want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly, unless I have 18 graduate hours in mathematics, I would not be eligible and qualified will be the better word to teach a mathematics course.
Well, you're close, Tracy, you're
Okay.
close.
Clean it up for me.
Okay, generally I would say yes, you're correct. Except here at Cleveland State, we've done that great math lab redesign. So because they are lab monitors, when they teach math here, they can have a bachelor's in math in order to be, because it's not really considered an instruction role, it's more of a lab monitor, because with that redesign, you know, that has just been the best thing that we've done for students here, because it has really helped with the remedial, you know, class load. But now if you were teaching English, yes, we have very few education classes here. We have 2 intro to education classes, and then the majority of our classes are in early childhood education. And even though maybe you have a curriculum and instruction, they are really looking in that specialty for people that have worked with young students.
But the reason for this, we didn't just as a campus make up this master's
Oh,
in
no,
18
no, no,
hours.
no, no.
It certainly is part of our accreditation
It
piece.
is. It is. It's because of the SACS accreditation process, and we're coming up on reaffirmation, and we're going to be working with that. So we want to be sure all of our files are up to date and everything is credentialed.
So what does an adjunct position, if one would qualify, what does that pay an
I'm so
individual?
glad you asked that, because a lot of people are under the impression that maybe you can pick up as many classes as you can teach, kind of thing. You're limited by SACS, of course, to teach 9 credit hours. That's the most you can teach. With a master's degree, it's $500 a credit hour. So a 3-hour class would pay $1,500 over a 15-week semester. So that breaks down to an evening class about $100 a class in the evening. It's one of those luxuries that you have to really enjoy what you're doing. You have to be in love with your field. You have to want to impart knowledge before you'll want to really do that, because there's no transportation stipends, there's no mileage, and quite often, you know, maybe you might have to take a class in Athens and there's travel time involved. So it's one of those things that you really need to be sure that you can fulfill the commitment, because 15 weeks, whether you have vacation or not, scheduled in there, makes it a little tough. Especially people that teach in the summer, that's a 10-week commitment, but it's accelerated.
Right.
So,
Longer hours.
Longer hours, yes, exactly.
But the amazing thing is just the environment that you're working in, and to have the opportunity to work with individuals who are intentionally, voluntarily coming and sitting in your class,
Exactly.
eager to learn,
Exactly.
eager to move on to that next level through this experience. So if you have the right heart and the spirit for teaching and sharing that knowledge that you're expert in, or you have a lot of knowledge in, boy, what an amazing place and an environment to do
It's
that.
a very rewarding job.
It is.
People that teach love it, and they really have a heart for it, because I think you're drawn to this field if you have, you know, that one-on-one connection with students.
So some people may say, well, I'm sure they have a few adjuncts over there, but I know from a total credit hour perspective, I think about 25% of the credit hours are taught by
Student
adjuncts.
credit hours,
Yeah,
yes.
student credit hours. So that equates to about how many adjuncts do you recall that we hire?
Last semester I had 128. For fall is generally a little heavier than spring, so I'll probably run 131. Now that's all classes. That's like nursing clinical hours. That's from every class at all the campuses. So that's just, you know, a general list of how many I usually run per semester. Not so many in the summer, of course, because most of the full-time faculty teach in the summer. But for the fall and the spring, I run pretty good numbers.
And you've had some people that have taught adjunct for many years.
Many years, yes. Mr. Delk just retired. He had taught with us for greater than, we tried to figure it out. I think it was somewhere around 20 years he taught. And he came up on his 90th birthday and decided that was, you know, time to retire. Yes. But he served us well, and he will be very hard to replace, because his expertise was speech. So that's
And
a difficult
it seemed like
one.
his students just loved him.
They did love him. Everyone loves Mr. Delk.
Yeah. So are there any particular disciplines that seem to be harder to fill than others?
Well, we just recently had a teaching fair, and one of the positions that usually we have the hardest time in is things like physics, chemistry, and we had some really good candidates come in, and one actually had a physics degree. So it was very targeted, this teaching career fair was. So we had some good luck. Dr. Ray came out with some very good candidates with that. But the sciences are definitely the hardest to fill.
Okay.
So those of you out there watching, I know this area is rich for a lot of technical and science-related fields, and so there could be some of you sitting there who have retired from the grinding, demanding schedule, but you're thinking, you know, I still have something in me that I want to give. And this teaching and being around this blend of traditional age students with non-traditional age, and Cleveland State just in general is an amazing place to work. The colleagues and the relationships across campus are just wonderful. So if that's you and you're sitting there thinking, and you meet those qualifications that Cynthia's talked about, I bet she can walk us through the steps in the process of how you could go about applying for one of these positions.
Yes, we have a website, the Cleveland State website, to which you would go into and you would click on Human Resources. And from the Human Resource Department tab, it will show you all the steps that you need. If you have any questions, you feel free to email me, cbrooks@clevelandstatecc.edu, and I will be more than happy to talk with you about it and discuss your particular skill set.
So do take advantage, and I'm just confident we got some folks out there watching who are qualified. And
remember, we also have non-credit, so I mean there may be something that we could put into our offering that would really, you know, get a lot of interest in this area.
And remind me, Cynthia, I think that, I'm not sure if this applies to adjuncts, but it can apply to other faculty. Maybe you don't have the 18 hours, but you may have you may bring to the table real world experience that often can be evaluated to compensate for those hours of classroom. Is that still
if
the same?
If it's in a technical field, if it's
Gotcha.
in like welding or computers or heating and air, some technical field that is not a transfer class. If it's a transfer class, SAC says they have to have a master's in 18 graduate hours.
Okay. So I think another thing that folks sometimes are surprised if they've been out of higher ed for a while is that some of the classes now are like a blended hybrid class.
They
and
are.
so it's not always a 3-hour lecture anymore.
No, some of them are, and our students really like the online format. So some classes we're developing, you know, to go online. RODP has been really big in that.
And that's what does that stand for?
Regents Online Degree Program.
Okay.
So that is something that they really, you know, can take from home. And with gas prices going up, it's sometimes a little more cost effective to take a class from home.
That's right.
so lots of different options
There are a lot
for
of different-
delivery, and it sounds like there's a lot of morning time or evening options in terms of the time of day. So individuals
The 8
out
o'clock
there.
class sometimes is the one that comes up. So you have early people, that's always a needed spot.
So, and the sciences.
The sciences, I'm always looking. We're always looking for good chemistry, lab instructors, biology lab instructors, anatomy and physiology. Those are big, big, big need fields.
Wonderful. So we hope that if you're sitting there and you think this will be a wonderful opportunity, you will take the time to contact Cynthia at Cleveland State Community College. And we probably should give your phone number and your email
Okay,
again
let me
before
give you my hours too. I'm the evening person, so I'm here from 11 to 7:30, and they can reach me directly at 423-473-2397.
Wonderful. Well, Cynthia, thank you so
Thank
much for
you
coming
for having
on.
me. I appreciate you guys letting me tag along here and get some advertising out there for fall. I appreciate that.
Good.
Thank
It's
you.
very important. So.
Well, we appreciate all of you watching and tuning in with us today. This is our time, and we'll see you in another month. You know, we only get to come once a month, but we're looking forward to our next month's opportunity. But tune in tomorrow on Tuesday, and they have a wonderful show lined up for you. Take care and have an awesome day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.